Well, the Conservatives insist it's just further proof that Starmer's mission to root out anti-Semitism has failed, branding him a moral vacuum who only acted when he had no choice. And in the last half an hour, it's been revealed Labour has suspended another of its election candidates, former MP Graham Jones, who allegedly referred to effing Israel at a meeting of activists. I mean, let's just deal with Starmer, firstly. I took decisive action. No, you didn't. I mean, you literally did not take decisive action. Dictionary definition of not taking decisive action is somebody who doesn't, or what's the word? Yeah, doesn't take decisive action. And he didn't until it was too late, and then he realised, oh, I better take decisive action. The problem with all of this, and we touched on it a little bit yesterday, this is not unusual in the Labour Party. This is really quite standard stuff for councillors like this character. The other chap that we have just heard is about to be, clearly suspended as well. And there are many others. This hasn't gone away in the Labour Party, David. It's still there, it's alive, it's well, and it's kicking. And it's a big problem for Keir Starmer.
It's a massive problem. It's a massive problem. And you're right, he didn't take decisive action. When you look at this, it is extraordinary. I think what it shows is how much anti-Semitism is ingrained in that party. And he didn't take that action. You know, this is on the back of his £28 billion Green pledge, which he stuck to right to the very end and then ditched it. And he was even sticking by that candidate until a couple of days ago. Now we're in the ridiculous situation where you've got the candidate standing with the Labour rose under the Labour Party banner, but not actually being part of the Labour Party. Now, that will send out massive warning signs to people around the country about what on earth are we voting for and what does it say about the political system. And I obviously have a vested interest in this. I've been around the country, and what I hear constantly from people is they are trying to vote for the least worst party. And that is a shocking affront to democracy.
Yeah. You'll say this as a member of Reform UK.
I am, yeah.
But it is fascinating how Keir Starmer should have been having a great week this week. 2 by-elections this week in very, very good positions in them both. This Rochdale one is in a couple of weeks' time. And as you said, this is not remotely decisive because the really heinous offence of what Ali said, which was basically Netanyahu let his own people, almost encouraged the massacre of his own people to feather his own his Netanyahu's nest, that wasn't bad enough. It was only when he then said, oh, and there are some shady Jews in the media, that was the thing that he got brought down for. Well, that's the wrong way around, because the heinous thing, neither of them are good things to say, but the really bad stuff was the first thing he said.
Yeah, and it wasn't decisive, but also it wasn't tough. I mean, it was clear from the minute the comments came to light that he should have acted. Yeah. It kind of begs the question, either Starmer is really that weak a leader, or he genuinely didn't understand how damaging and how hurtful and how offensive and how wrong these comments were. Well, no. Either of those options is really worrying.
His mates, Azhar Ali, rather, is mates with Starmer's clique. That's why one suspended.
Kind of irrelevant.
When Keir Starmer was suspended from the Labour Party earlier this year for saying we should remember all genocides, the genocide in Gaza, the genocides in Cambodia more recently, rather than just Holocaust, she was suspended instantly. So it's not because he can't tell the difference between what is right and wrong. He was trying to look out for his mate, and he pushed out other MPs to go out there and say, no, this is a good guy.
Well, I think also, what does it say about the vetting process? Because that should have been done thoroughly, and they tried to expedite this election so that they could get away with whatever they could get away with. But sorry, there's one other point, which is that these parties are all chasing a Muslim vote. Muslim votes in Rochdale make up about 30% of the voter electorate. What about the white working class vote there? What about all the other mix in the election?
But that would presume that you're saying that it's Muslim people who are anti-Semitic. And what I would say to that is that actually anti-Semitism is a problem in this whole country. It ain't just the Labour Party; it's the whole country that has a problem with this.